Okay, let's start with Amendment 1. This amendment would change the standards by which our investments as a state treasury can be made. Loosens restrictions that have been in the Constitution to make it where only the very most conservative things like treasury bonds could be invested in by our state. Unfortunately, I voted yes on this, as did all but one person in the House this year, but I regret that choice and am a no now. It was presented to us as a fairly simple way to broaden our ability to invest, still in very conservative ways, but with a little bit more potential for gain and growth. However, when the language was added by the Secretary of State, they pointed out that it also makes it where the legislature in the future would be able to broaden this power in virtually any way they want. Now, in the last couple of weeks, you might have seen the news that our state treasurer, the person that pushed for this bill and sold it to us the way they did, who notably also sued the Secretary of State over that language because he disagreed with it and lost. He recently went into our state pensions and took out investments from a company called BlackRock over a claim that they have a woke agenda. Now, this is a big national movement they're having right now of really politicizing our investments and going after any company that considers long-term risks like environmental costs or social costs, instead of just paying attention to short-term profit. Now, ignoring long-term risks is a bad policy to begin with, but this is also a really dangerous road to go down of politicizing our investments with very partisan issues of the day, culture war fights. So giving the treasurer more power to do that with our investments is a concern. But then adding to that the state legislature, full of the most partisan folks in the state, could go in and change it even more in the future, maybe completely disinvesting in any company that they think does anything progressive. Say, Disney speaking out in support of LGBTQ rights, getting punished by Ron DeSantis with legislation. What's to stop a legislature from doing that with companies here in Missouri if they just don't like what they're saying? Or investing specifically in companies that might donate to Republicans. Yeah, I'm not willing to go down that road, and I hope you aren't either. We should vote no on this one. Now, one more thing, aside from the partisan concerns. This is also motivated in part by the fact that our state is sitting on a huge surplus right now in a very big bank account. Republicans, unfortunately, are wanting to sit on that and grow it. But the fact is, we remain the lowest funded public schools in the country, the lowest paid teachers in the country, the lowest paid state workers in the country. I could go on and on. We should be investing that money. We should be investing taxpayer dollars back in the state in the ways that grow our state, not investing it in a way that just grows the balance of our treasury account.